Button and Stitches Sdn Bhd has been established for 2 years. Our company has 3 main products, which are number 1, t-shirt which come in free size for all men. 2, blouses for women will also come in free size. And number 3, we also have shawl which is manufactured in our factory. For sales budget, we has been budgeted the sales for 1 year in year 2017. In year 2017, we have budgeted that every festival, which is like Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, Deepavali, and also year-end sale in Malaysia, we have targeted that our sales will be increased about 12 to 13%. Besides that, Button and Stitches has identified some of the direct material, direct overhead, indirect overhead, and other costing in the company. So for direct material, we have t-shirt, the blouses itself, plastic for packaging, stickers and labels, and some stationery. Besides that, we have identified our machines, utilities, factory warehouse, and some of transport as our direct overhead. For sales, general and administration costs, we have identified and focused on some of the promotion, which include roadshow, TV and radio advertisement. We have also appointed an ambassador for our products, and we have appointed artist design to design our shawl. Besides that, on the human resource and administration, we also have some costs for training, standard quality workshop, team building, and recruitment.
Button and Stitches has identified 5 types of cost estimation. First one, accounting analysis. Second one, engineering method. Third one, high-low method. Fourth one, visual fit method. And fifth, least square regression method. As you can see from the screen, Button and Stitches has chosen accounting analysis as our cost estimation. Why? Because we will examine the individual costs to identify the cost behavior, whether they are fixed costs, variable costs, overhead, and administrative costs. From our cost estimation, Button and Stitches revenue is 39.8 million. The costs that we have identified are annual direct material, which is 24.6 million, that is 62.05% from the total revenue. The second one is annual direct overhead, which is 2.9 million, that is 5.2% from the total revenue. The third cost is indirect overhead, which is 2.1 million, that is 5.35% from the total revenue, while the sales general administration costs at 183,000, that is 0.46% from the total revenue. After identifying the costs involved, the net profit before company tax deduction amounted 4.8 million. The net profit after tax is 15.4 million, which is 38.75% from the total revenue.
There are 5 types of costing statement. First, absorption costing. Second, contribution margin costing. Third is activity-based costing. Fourth is target costing absorption. The finally is target cost activity-based costing. Okay, now our company Button and Stitches want to choose absorption costing because there are many benefits for absorption costing. The first advantages for absorption costing is to identify important fixed asset involved in production. Second, absorption costing method accepted by Inland Revenue Board. It has a stock is not undervalued. Lastly is the absorption costing method also always used for preparation of financial statement. Button and Stitches have 2017. In the master plan, we plan to have annual production costing. The estimated amount is 1.2 million. And then the direct labor hour per unit is 0.3 per labor hour. Selling price is estimated as direct material per unit 22.03. Direct labor per hour estimated is 70.62. Okay, from the slide, you all can view about the budgeting manufacturing overhead. Example, what we gonna do in the warehouse. Okay, they are indirect overhead. Example, they have 3 overhead we using in the warehouse. Example, direct overhead. Direct overhead total estimation is 426,000. Indirect labor costing is estimated is 2 million. Okay, altogether we have net profit 17 million. So button and stitches is decided to use absorption costing method. From this we can earn more income using this cost method.
There are 5 types of decision making in managerial accounting, which are: first, special order, accept or reject; second, special decision, capex decision; third, special decision, add, drop a service, product or department; number 4, special decision, outsourcing, whether to make or buy; and number 5, special decision, sell or process further. In the decision making analysis, the most suitable method for our company is an outsourcing decision, that also called as a make or buy decision, whereby we need to make a choice between producing the shirt and blouse from the scratch, mean from the raw material and become a product, or to purchase the shirt and blouse directly from the supplier in China. In this table, we simulate the costing for both choices before we make a decision. This is the difference in variable cost, and this is another is the difference on the fixed cost. From the both comparison, we found out that the total difference of making and buying, we can save Ringgit Malaysia 597,170, or 5% by buying from the supplier in China, even though the cost of buying the raw material for blouse and shirt is more higher than produce it internally. In terms of cost, if making the shirt and blouse from scratch, it will incur more cost in utilities and direct overhead. From this analysis, the company has made a decision to buy the shirt and blouse directly from the supplier.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the business performance of Button and Stitches. In order to understand this, we need a model of business performance evaluation, which in this case we're going to use the balance scorecard as a tool to measure our business performance. It is a tool that balances the measure of financial performance, internal operations, learning and growth, and also the customer satisfactions. It involved by putting goals for each target strategy and also the metrics to measure the initiative towards achieving the goal. Balance scorecard is very important because it can translate the strategy into operational terms, and we also able to align the organization to the strategy and make the strategy everyone's everyday job. And we'll be able to make the strategy as a continual process for them. And lastly, we're able to mobilize change through executive leadership. For Button and Stitches, first, we're going to look at the financial perspective. In order to measure the financial perspective in this balance scorecard, we need to set the goals. So to make sure that the growth is continuous, to make sure that it increase the shareholder wealth and increase the profit margin, and also increase and achieve the sales target. So how do we achieve this goal? It's through the measurement of profit and growth. So Button and Stitches has recorded a profit growth of 25% over the years. and we also able to measure our initiative to achieve the goals through the rate of sales growth, whereby for button and stitches our sales growth is 30%. This rate is considered as good because we believe that our financial is strong. And the second one is basically the internal operation perspective, whereby we set our goals to reduce the number of defects, the numbers of amount of rework, the numbers of return of goods, and increase machine efficiency. In order to achieve this goal, how do we measure our performance is basically through the numbers of innovations and the research and development conducted in our R&D sections. And also we need to conduct more trainings to employees to make sure they are competent and able to deliver their job at the highest quality. The third is learning and growth perspective, whereby we set our goals to increase the number of new apparel design in our company. We also need to improve the R&D output success rate. And we also set our goals. To make sure that employee turnover is low and the number is contained also low at the minimal level. We also want to make sure that our employee is happy and satisfied working for us. And this is a part of the retention program to make them stay in our company. And how do we achieve this goal? Is basically make them attend more trainings to increase their competency. And also we need to introduce more new technology to make them exposed to the new environment, and make sure that our employee welfare is taken care through our staff innovation program. And lastly is the customer perspective, whereby we set our goals to achieve customer satisfaction as they expected. We also set our goals to make sure that our after-sales services is at the best level to retain customer, to make ourselves popular among our customer. And we need to make sure that we penetrate local markets as well as international market. So how do we achieve this goal is basically through the measurement of customer retunes and complaints. Make sure that whatever they complain, we really care about them and try to improve our service so that they are happy with us. And we also conduct surveys to our customer to ensure the satisfaction of our service delivery. And lastly, we measure this through the rate of coverage and the strength of our distribution channel. We must make sure that our delivery on time and meet the customer expectation. That's all. Thank you very much.
The shadow to my light, did you feel us? Another star, you fade away, afraid our aim is out of sight.